Hello, my name is Rob with the University of Miami Learning Platforms team. And in a previous video, we went over how to use test surveys and pools and create a test canvas, which is essentially creating a test in Blackboard. In this video, we're going to go over how to add questions to those tests. So let's get started. First, we can scroll down and using our left side course menu, under Course Tools, we can scroll down to the bottom of the expanded menu and select Test Surveys and Pools. On the Test Surveys and Pools page, we can click on Tests, and we can see that we have multiple tests that we created in our previous video. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and hover over Example Exam 1, and we're going to click on the circle gray icon to the right of the title. Doing so, we can now click on Edit in the expanded menu. This brings us back to our test canvas. The test canvas is simply a means to edit the points and add questions and edit question settings for an exam. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and create a question. We can see here that we have calculated formula, calculated numeric, either or, essay, file response, fill in the blank, and several other types of questions that we can create. The vast majority of the time, users will end up using multiple choice questions, so we're going to go ahead and select that option. So we can go ahead and type in the question title, which we could say just number 1, and then we could say, how do I create a question? And that's going to be our question text. So we see our question title and question text. In fact, you don't even have to use a question title if you'd like. You can just simply enter the question text. We can scroll down now to the options section and see that we have answer numbering. And we can choose to display the answers as Arabic numerals, Roman numerals, uppercase, or lowercase letters. In this case, we're going to choose Arabic numerals, so they'll be able to choose from options 1, 2, 3, or 4. We also see that we have the option to choose how those answers display, so we could choose a vertical display or a horizontal. We're just going to go ahead and leave it as vertical, and we can choose to allow partial credit if needed. And we can allow negative scores for incorrect answers if needed. Now we're going to go ahead and disable those because we're not going to use them, but I just wanted to show you that that feature exists for allowing partial credit on creating questions. And then we could also select to show answers in random order. Now this is different than adding randomizing questions on a test. This is randomizing answers within a specific question. And we're not going to use that one either. So now we can scroll down to our answers section, and we can choose our number of answers at the top, and we're going to stick with 4. And so, how do I create a question? And then we can write answer number 1, which we're going to choose as the correct answer using the radio button. We could say, in tests, surveys, and pools, in assignments, we could say in course documents. We could spell that correctly. And then our answer number 4 will be in announcements. And so we can see that we answered all of our answer choices. And using the radio button next to each answer, we've chosen which one the correct one is going to be. And we could scroll down and we could enter feedback that will be displayed for a correct or incorrect response. Typically that's not needed, so we're going to skip that section. And you could always enter instructor notes. Typically those aren't needed either. Now down at the bottom we have the option to submit and create another, which is a helpful feature if you want to create multiple types of the same question in chronological order. So say you have 10 multiple choice questions and you want to just keep creating them and you don't want to have to use the menu at the top over and over again to create questions. So you would click submit and create another. But in this case we're going to click submit. and we could see a success message in the test canvas area saying that the question has been created, and we can see firstly that it's question number 1 because it has a number next to it, and we can see the question itself and the answers as they are displayed. And that's how you create a multiple choice question. Now, typically for all of these, it varies a little bit on how you would create a question. So now we're going to go ahead and do a true-false question as well. So we're going to hover over Create Question underneath the test canvas, example 1. Then we're going to hover over Create Question and then choose the True or False option down at the bottom. We don't need to enter a question title as we previously established, so we can go directly to the question text, and then we can go ahead and write the true-false statement. Creating a question in a test is easy. And we could say what the answer is now. We can select true or false. In this case, we're going to select true, and then we can scroll down to the bottom, and we can click Submit and create another to create multiple true and false questions in succession, or we can click Submit to just simply create this individual true or false question. So now we can see that we have a total of 2 questions for 20 points each. Now we can change this easily by selecting All, which automatically selects all the questions, and then we can type in the point value that's desired for each of the questions. So we're going to say 5 in this case, or say 50, and then we can click Update. So we can see now on the right-hand side that each question is worth 50 points for a total of 100 points at the top. And this is how you can create either a multiple choice or a true-false test question in Blackboard. Please feel free to see our other videos. We're going to explore more aspects of creating a test. We're also going to go over how to create feedback and assign points in greater detail, as well as deploying a test. Thank you for watching.